Hi, this is Tawny with the Kinsman Free Public Library, and if you guys are anything like me, your social distancing and isolation has got you wondering how you're going to fight cabin fever. Well, a group of museums have partially answered that question for us. So I thought I would share 12 museums with virtual tours as well as a bonus app. The first one we're going to look at is the Guggenheim, which is in New York. They allow you to use Google Street View to walk through their museum and look at their exhibits. You can also click through these images in order to take a look at all of the pictures a bit closer up. The next one is the British Museum. The British Museum has their setup a little bit differently in that you're not outright seeing the images, but you can drag and pull to get to the time area you're interested in, as well as click on these dots and it'll pull up an item in their exhibit for you to learn more about. You can also play audio to get you through this long description and also see other things that are similar to that particular item. You can also narrow it down to what you're interested in, whether it's art, you're interested in ancient religion, or you kind of just want to wander through the whole museum. Coming in third, it's actually two different exhibits, and it's the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. They have a Vermeer and Masters of Genre painting, as well as Fashion of a Nation. If you click on these exhibits, it's going to let you take a peek at what is inside of them. You might not be able to quite walk through it like the others, but you're still getting to know a little bit with captions and such. Next, we have the National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art in Korea. So this museum, much like the Guggenheim, is a Google Street View, so you can click and drag down different hallways that if you want and get close up with the exhibits, as well as just click through to see the art. Next is the Pergamon. I believe this is in England as well. But it's going to have all these ancient Greek and Roman exhibits for you to click through and explore. As well as, oh, nope, it's in Berlin. Sorry. As well as captions. You might have to translate them a little bit because obviously they are in German. Next, we have a museum in Amsterdam, which is the, oh my goodness, Rijsk Museum. I probably butchered that horribly. But it's another Google Street View, so you can click and drag, or just scroll through each individual exhibit to get a good look at the pictures. We actually have a copy of this particular painting hanging in the library. Bonus points if you can say in the comments where it's at. Then there is the J. Paul Getty Museum, which is in Los Angeles. It's another Google Street View, so you can click and drag or just click through the exhibits themselves. This one is actually one of my favorite paintings by Van Gogh. That, the sunflowers, and then almond blossoms. Beautiful. This is an Italian museum, so I'm probably going to butcher the name again. I think it's Uffizi Gallery. Google Street View again, so you can just click and drag to get closer up to the exhibits, or just click through them and see the paintings and the statues and everything that way. We also have the Louvre, which is in Paris. So you're probably, by doing it this way, you don't even have to worry about not being able to see them. I've heard that trying to see the Mona Lisa is almost impossible because of the crowds. But they have multiple galleries that you can click through and explore. Next is MASP, the Museo de Arte de Sao Paulo, which is in Brazil. This exhibit's kind of cool because they have them hanging in clear plexiglass, so they look like they're floating. But it's another street view, so you can click and drag your way through and also scroll through at the bottom to enjoy the exhibits that way. As you can see, you're getting a 360 view. You can see the backs of the boards and everything. Super cool. This one is definitely going to have a lot more to look through because it's showing you all the way around the paintings, which is so awesome. And then, my favorite, we've got the Van Gogh Museum, also in Amsterdam, which makes sense because I'm pretty sure that's where Van Gogh is from. But it's a Google Street View, so you can click and drag, or also just click through to see all of his paintings that they currently have, as well as his self-portraits. Oh, look, almond blossoms right there. And then finally, we got the Musée d'Orsay in Paris. This one is another Google Street View, so you can rotate, you can pull, click, all kinds of things. So it's like you're actually walking in the museum. Or you can click through the exhibits. And then obviously you can click on the titles and it'll give you a little bit more info, as well as letting you click it in Google Street View again. And then our final app is where a lot of the, you'll probably been noticing this Google Arts and Culture hanging out on all of these links other than the Louvre. And that's because they are all within the Google Arts and Culture app or site, where you can see all these other different exhibits and museums from around the world, different churches and major landmarks, all kinds of different things that you can explore. You can do it either on the site through your Google browser like I just was, or you can download the app onto any Android or Apple device and explore it that way. I came across these lists just floating around on Twitter, and I thought it would be really fun to share with you guys. I am going to put all the links in the description, so if you're like, I have no idea what that name was again, could you maybe go back? I've got you covered, so just look down there for the links, and let me know which museums and exhibits you ended up liking. Thanks!